Welcome back guys to another video. You know what mate, catch you later. Today what we're going to be doing is, don't tell anyone I did this, but rescaping this 3-foot aquarium that I made about 6-9 months ago, something like that. I don't have a girlfriend, I'm only kidding. Obviously I'm building a fish tank, of course I don't have a girlfriend. My first kind of big project that I decided to do, I got help from my mum actually scaping it for holding things and doing all sorts of stuff, so she was really helpful. But time to redo it. There's a lot of mistakes that I made the first time round. I'm by no means a professional, but I'll be honest with you, I have no idea what I'm doing. But back when I made this about 9 months ago, I had even less of a clue of what I was doing. So there was a load of mistakes that I made. Substrate, for example, it was only like 1 inch thick. It needs to be at least double that kind of size, especially when you've got something as big as this with as many plants as I do in here. So I've been out shopping yesterday, got all the stuff that I need. Time finally to actually get around to doing this. It's been a long time coming, but today it's finally happening. So follow me along, wish me luck, and let's see how this goes. So what the plan is to take everything down, of course. How I'm going to be doing that is first of all lowering the water level, and I'm then going to get all the fish and try and get all of the shrimp and all the other beasts that I've got in here out of it, put them in their own separate kind of holding quarantine tanks for the meantime, and then obviously get all the substrate out, get all the wood and get all the rockery out, all the decorations, substrate after that, sorry, and then once the substrate is out, give it a good old clean, and then you basically start from fresh again. That's this been taken down. Oh my goodness, what a challenge that was. I did not think it was going to be as bad as it was, but here we are. Got everything except the sword left, which is very spankly at the moment, but as you can see here I've got the... oh, they've gone away. I've only got the shrimp and the loaches left, a couple of loaches down there, I don't know if you can see. See that coolie loach there? Got a few other ones. I've got hundreds of shrimp all kicking about in here, which I will get to in due course. There's some more loaches and some Amano shrimp, some cherry shrimp, and a ram's horn snail. These are all they really shouldn't be here, to be honest with you, but they've just been here for so long. Like that Amano shrimp's at least maybe 1.5 years, 2 years old, and I got it nearly full sized, I'm sure, so he's way older than that as well. But yeah, they all get on absolutely fine. Honestly, I've not seen these shrimp, the Amanos especially, in probably about, well, since I set it up, I'll be honest with you. I've never seen them since I set it up. I've only ever seen the one. Coolies again, you know what they're like, you never see them. I'm going to finally give them a nice sand base for them to go about in instead of the hard spiky rocks, because I think it's been wearing on their skin or their body, I don't know what you call it. But yeah, I'm having a break just now, but I think it's well deserved after taking all this down. It's definitely taken me at least an hour and a half maybe to get this down. But last thing is just to get the Amazon sword out, get the loaches out, the shrimp out, stick them all not in there because that's where the rainbows are. Maybe stick all the shrimp in this one. This is my other aquarium that I've got, so I might stick them on there, or I'll just do them in a separate tank altogether for the meantime. And then we'll get cracking with cleaning, and then the fun begins once it's all clean. So, not long now, looking forward to it. Remember to regularly spray down your aquatic plants, as they'll dry out within a couple of hours if they're not regularly sprayed down. They need to be kept wet. I didn't realise that whole last video was a time lapse and not an actual video, so I've been talking to it, explaining what I was doing. Basically, I've put a layer of Tropica substrate, just a very quick layer as a NutriBase on the very bottom. What I've then done is I've put the layer of premium aquatic compost, just stuff that you get at the garden centre for the ponds. Stuck a layer of that on, a good layer, maybe half an inch or so. I've then put all the old stuff. I've cleaned all my old substrate, which is just a mixture of Tropica Aquasoil, gravel and sand. Mixture of all that together, but I've cleaned it obviously and then put it back in. So that's been put on top. I've then put two big rocks on either side to make that kind of island style. So I'm going to go for two islands on either side. And then on top of that, I've just put another quick layer of Aquasoil that's new. And now I'm just going to cap it all off with a good inch of sand or so. So looking good, but gutted that the last one was a time lapse and not a video. What a numpty. So this sand this time I went for is 15 kilos of kids sand, like kids play sand. So I don't know what it's going to look like, but well, sand hopefully. But this should be interesting. Not used this before. It's usually like industrial kind of sand. The reason I got this sand is because it was £5 and it's already clean, ready to go, and as safe as it comes, so this should be interesting. That might do for now, I think. See what it looks like. Woo! I've been at this for like 7 hours today, I'm so tired, and now I've got a 3-hour shift at work. I'm actually going to check if my holiday's been approved, because that would be really nice if you just went, you know what, Joss, you've been working hard today, my boy, just take the time off work, take all the time off work that you need, we'll pay you as well. That would be nice to hear, but let's check. Can he get his 3 hours off work? Probably not. I got 14 minutes for these guys to make a decision. It's like, oh, it's been referred to the guys, and I'm like, cool, hurry up. That looks like a big old decline to me. So it's been sent
a few moments later.
a check an hour ago and then got back to it. Oh well. That's frustrating. I'm just like triple checking and refreshing it like 4 times just to be sure. Yeah, definitely working in 14 minutes. That's a pain. Oh well. Looks like I'm going to have to cut tonight's video short, but I should be able to get most of this done today and either get the fish in tonight, ideally, because they really don't like it in their little temporary homes that they've got. They're not doing too well. There's nothing wrong with them, they're just like, you just know they're not doing well. Like the sick blue German ram I've got, he's just like sitting at the top of the tank next to all the plants, just like, get me out of here. And he's like almost vertical, which I know isn't good, so I want to be as quick as I can and get him out and get him back into some kind of normality or some kind of home for him, you know what I mean? But that just might not be possible today. I think it will be. I'm sure I'll be able to get it done later on tonight. Just making sure all this is capped off because I don't want the aqua soil coming through. Once I've fixed it all, you know. Once I don't want I cannot speak English. Jeez, oh! I don't want the aqua soil coming through the sand because it's really frustrating when you planted, and it makes a really nice substrate look garbage, basically. So a nice thick layer of sand should stop 90. You're never going to get it all stopped coming through, but if you can at least stop like 90% of it, that should make a good enough difference. Right, what do we think of that? A little bit more on the back here. I just got sand on the new carpet. My girlfriend's gonna kill me. I don't have a girlfriend, I'm only kidding. Obviously I'm building a fish tank, of course I don't have a girlfriend. Fish don't talk back to you, it's great. And they don't go in huffs. Oops! Fish don't go in huffs either, so they're arguably better to keep fish than a woman happy. That's a bit controversial though. Right, I think that's me for just now. We pat down like a little sandcastle. See which parts need more sand and which parts have too much. You just want a nice layer across the full thing. Get that sand in now. There we go. Oh, maybe a little bit more in that back corner, but that's us. Right, cool. Bloody battery died, so I had to go and get a new one. So anyway, done my 3-hour shift at work. I've now got the wood put in. I've thought I managed to get the all the wood done nice and easily, but unfortunately I don't have any glue. So what I've done is I've put in these stones instead as an alternative, if you can see them in there, just to try and hold the wood down. I mean, the wood's been in water for over a year all in anyway, so it should be absolutely fine. But it's just to kind of give it a bit more stability. So yeah, nice and stable there, as long as we don't get any big fish. The only issue I do have is this kind of touching the glass here. It's going to be an absolute nightmare to clean. Let's see if I can move it now. I can just kind of tilt it a little bit and then stick that little stone back in as tight as I can. That should be enough to get your hand in and clean it, basically. As for the back here, well, we'll just need to cross that bridge when we come to it, won't we? Hopefully these start growing up the way instead of that way. But yeah, there's not much we can do with that, unfortunately. I could obviously take off a bit of wood and then just have one piece of wood, but what I thought is it's a big tank, it's one little bit of wood, it's going to look a bit bare, so at least if I've got half of it covered, it looks like it's kind of coming out from that back corner, which I went for. So quite like it so far. Little side on. So we've got that kind of sandy hill, we've then got this, and then the second sandy hill as it is just now. It's going to be an island, a tropical island eventually, that's the aim, with a wood covered one. But anyway, let's crack on and see how it goes. Okay, so, it's been a long day. It's 10 PM right now. I've been at this since 10:30 this morning, and as you know, I've had 3 hours for work, and that's been it. I've maybe taken an hour out for a break, an hour and a half. We've now got a rockery, and we've now got the wood in, and I've put a couple of stones, as we know, in there as well. So, next plan is to plant all of this with plants, all over here, and then all over here as well, and leave a kind of parting in the middle. It's going to be like a kind of Glen Valley type thing, hopefully, all going well. So let's just get all these, all the plants in how I want them to be, and then we'll get it filled up and see how we look. So we're going to be adding the first water now, just so I can get the plants planted in. So in order to do that, nice and easy, slowly first of all, I can probably just go, it's a bit too heavy actually. So slow for the first one. Because otherwise it just goes everywhere, and then it'll all, because it's on a hill, it'll all come to the bottom as it already is. So this is going to be interesting. Oh, there's a lot of sand coming through there. I wonder if I just do it at the bottom, is that better maybe?
The answer was yes.
Saved it rolling down the hill, I guess, right? That seems to be a bit better. Can I get some sand back up here, please? Thank you. Oh, there's a few bits of aqua soil coming through, but not much we can do. Apart from steal a bit from here, and steal a bit more, and hope that no one notices if we just pack it in as if nothing's happened. Nice and easy. Oh, I'm getting sand everywhere now. Oh dear, oh dear. It wasn't in the best of shape, so give it a quick clean. And you want to do this super slow because it is only the first time that you need to do it super slow. Once it's done, it's done. And once it's all kind of compacted and with the water weight, etc., it's absolutely fine and it won't really move. But initially, it will move a lot. So for the first, like, I don't know, a week, couple of weeks, you want to try and not move anything at all if you can, because it's going to have an adverse effect as opposed to if it was in, if it was in like 6 months or a year or whatever. Not quite sure what's going on over here, but I think if we just roll with it, it'll probably work out alright. I mean, that's what I've been doing and it's been working, so. Oh, just a wee bit of extra sand as a wee. Oh, no, I don't even know what's going on over there, whatever, don't care. We shall see the finished product and then you can tell me if you can see any mistakes or any bits that I could have done better. I'm sure there'll be lots of them. But the good thing is you can always add to it, especially if you start it up relatively plain like this one. Compared to my last one, I tried to make a dry stain dike, like a stone wall, and that was really, really hard to do. But with this, it's relatively plain and simple, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Oh, one thing I can see is my Java fern is beginning to dry up a bit. Like every hour, I want to be doing this. And yes, I've done this every hour for 12 hours today. But it's keeping everything nice, moist and dry. I did just say that word, I'm so sorry for saying that word. I promise I'll never say that word again, okay? I can't even say it, the M word. So I just thought before I put the first plant in, I thought that was a shrimp there, but it's a leaf, thank God for that. Before I put the first plant in, this is the Amazon sword that I got about 6 months ago. Look at the root system on that. It's been looking for nutrients for a long time, so I'm going to be looking forward to getting it in here. Lovely new leaves on it all the time, so it's always outgrowing itself. So yeah, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take probably half the roots off this at least anyway. No need for all of them. And don't tell anyone I did this, but there you go. Get that away, stick that there just now. And then how I'm going to get this in, I have no idea. This was a quarter of the size when I got it, if that, it's nothing. I think maybe in there's probably best. Or right in the back. Let us see. Oh, don't tell me that leaves come off. Not entirely, it'll be alright. I could stick it right in the back there. Like here, I think it will fit in, just. Yeah, I think that's probably the best spot for it. Cool, I'm going to have to wedge my way in here. It's not fun having a yucca up your ass, I'll be honest with you. Oh, come on. Right. Get this light out of the way. Okay. Damn, I don't think it's gonna fit, I'll be honest. Gosh. It's tight, man. Thing is, it won't be able to grow nice new roots itself, and it won't be able to develop, blah 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 blah. Whereas if I stick it here, or I mean like at the front again, like there, it's gonna ruin my front end there, but I mean, oh, decisions. Where the hell did I put this massive plant? Do you know what? Let's just go for it. Right here. How the hell am I getting these roots underground? I don't know. To get some sand from top of this. I think I've absolutely destroyed the aesthetics here. In fact, I know I've destroyed the aesthetics here, but let's have a look at it. Oh man, I am dripping in sweat because I have to keep the little tanks warm for the fish. I've just kept the whole house warm basically because there's a few little tanks, and the downside to that, you know what mate, catch you later. And the downside to that is that I'm absolutely dripping in sweat while I'm working, which is not fun in the slightest. But oh, please just do me a favour and like go in nicely. Yeah? Yeah? You gonna do that for me? Thank you. No? Okay. Stick a rock in, that always works. Give me a rock, give me a big rock. Gonna put a big rock in there and hold this mother down. Am I gonna get to see it? No, don't be silly. I need to put sand on it later. I reckon I've completely taken all the sand off it. Should I just put a layer of sand on now? Yes, and I can always take it back out. You can't always put a layer of sand in. So all these things I'm just making up myself, by the way. These aren't like rules or all completely made up myself. I just go with the flow, as I said. Just go with it. If it works, it works, cool. And if it doesn't, find a way to fix it. God, these things are huge and they're... Oh, you're joking me, I forgot to take that one off. Fuck. Oh, oops. Oh, there we go. Okay. I don't think too much is wrecked. Ish. I'd love if they just sat like that. Way too much to ask for though. For God's sake, I've cracked them all now. They'll grow. They will grow again. I'm literally just going to hold it like that just now though. Because they're going to get in my way otherwise. No harm. No harm done. Right. Oh. Okay, next one. £20 past 12. Here I am, sitting on my couch. Poor Iggy has not been a walk today. He's not happy with me at all. I've heard sighing and groaning and all sorts, but the good news is we've got the water up in this. So, not clear at all to see, of course, it's just been filled. I'll need to put the filter on it for like an hour or so before I can put any fish in it. I'm going to have to wait up until I can put the fish in because I don't want to leave them in that tiny little tank all night, even though they've been there all day. I don't want to do another 8 hours plus of them just sitting in the tank for no reason, just because I couldn't bother waiting like 40 minutes, half an hour, maybe an hour for this tank to clear. The tank doesn't really need to clear, I'd just rather get some bacteria in it and get the filter in it and get it going and get the whole thing circulating and then do it and then put them in. So it will be a fishing cycle I'll be doing. As opposed to waiting like a week or a couple of weeks before like letting everything settle. I'll just be putting them in straight away. Now, mixed reviews on it. Some people say it's absolutely fine, some people say, oh my god, you can't do that, the fish will die. I've been watching this guy on YouTube that lives in England, MD Fish Tanks, there he's there again. He's been doing fishing cycles for years and he's not had any issues. He just does it the right way, doesn't make a mess of it, so to speak, and then it seems absolutely fine. So it's all about, I guess, if you know what you're doing, which I don't, as I say before, but I've done enough research now that I reckon I can give this a go. So let's see how it goes in an hour. See all the lines that I've filled them up at one by one, you can see them all going up the way. Just each line that I've filled it up at, starting all the way down here, going all the way up. It's just bit by bit. That's hard work, that's what that is. If you could ever see hard work in a picture, there's hard work in a picture. All these little lines, any fish keeper will agree with me. If you've not got a hose that goes direct from the tap to the tank, you're buggered, so get one. That's what I want for Christmas, Santa. Get me a hose, please, sir. But yeah, this thing's looking lovely. Can't see shizzle right yet, but I know what I've done. It looks nice. I'd also love to tell you about all the plants that I've put in here as well, but I genuinely don't know their names, which is really, really brutal. The two that I do know that I've just put in is Storogine repens, which is that one there. It looks like a crawler, so I've split it into three. Where's the third? 1, 2, and then 3's in there. So that should eventually just creep all the way along and should crawl all the way along there, so it should look nice. Oh, I've got 3 actually. I've also put Hygrophila guanensis in it as well, which is, can we see just now? No, we can't see just now, but you'll see later on. It's the one that looks like that, in case you were wondering. And the last one, oh, repens, that wasn't even that one that I just showed you. That was a different one altogether. This one that creeps everywhere is called Micranthemum umbrosum. Creepy McCrawley. And then Storogine repens is this one down in here, which is like, I don't know, a little green plant. One of them. It's nice though. Something different. Anyway, as you can probably tell, I've got no clue what I'm talking about. Plants look nice, pick them up, buy. Here's my money, give me the plant. Transaction. So just set up the filter with it just now. I'll actually show you that. First of all, there's the filter, Fluval U3 I think it's called. Hang on the back, or hang on the side filter, whatever you want to say. Just letting that basically do its thing and clear up just now. What I'm just about to throw in is the, let's get a good video of that there, starter bacteria. Nice and easy stuff. Give it a shake, 10 per 100 ml, and then just fire it in. And that basically gets all the kind of beneficial bacteria that you want in the start of an aquarium, especially if you're going to do a fishing cycle. This is absolutely key, to put a load of bacteria in. I could probably do a little bit more, to be honest with you, but just keep the recommended dose just now and not mess with anything, you know what I mean? So starter bacteria is going in. Also going to put some water conditioner in as well. Let me see if I can stick this down a sec. So same rigmarole. I'm guessing it's 10 per 100. Yeah, 10 per 100. Water conditioner basically just takes the chlorine and all the bad stuff out of the water, out your tap water, to make it safe for fish. So just trying to find the measurement again. 150 ml tank. It's 10 per 100 litres, 10 ml per 100, so 15 ml is the closest I'll get. Give that a nice little rinse. Cool. So water conditioner's in, so the water's going to be safe in 15 minutes for the fish. Starter bacteria is going round in the system, so it should get some bacteria in all the plants and all the rocks and all the sand and all the rest of it. I'm sure there was one other thing I wanted to put in, and I can't remember what it is. Do you know what? This is in a chocolate milkshake bottle, but it is CO2 booster. Always put this in my tanks, and it's just a small amount. And that just stops any algae growing, basically. Probably don't need that quite yet, I'll be honest with you, but no harm. That's an API product. And then the last one, there's definitely one more. What was it? It was Fertilizer. Fertilizer for the plants. 5 per 100. This is like 1 or 2 times a week it says, but I just do it once in a blue moon as and when. 5 per 100, so about 7.5. Oops, a bit more, but that's like when you ask for a single shot and the girl in the club just like pours it, or the guy in the club just pours it and looks at you, and you're like, single shot, yeah? It's like half the glass is full. Always in Spain. It's always in Spain, actually. I've noticed that. Any kind of Spanish, even a Spanish island like Mallorca and the Canaries, still the same. Like one shot, can I get 1 vodka and coke? And they're like, yeah, vodka and coke. And it's like, psh, vodka, psh, coke. I'm like, okay. And then the vodka's garbage. That's the worst of it. Anyway, well, rather make one of these on a Wednesday night. Yeah, let's do it. It's like, what, 12:30 now? Way after that, probably closer to 1. But this shit's clearing up. I need to go for a pee. So it is now the next day, thankfully. I finally got to sleep. I was here till about 2 o'clock in the morning. I didn't take any pictures or videos or anything at that point because I just wanted to get the fish in and get everything done. I don't know if I got a quick snap of it or not, but I'll show you just now. So everything looks great, to be honest with you. It's a bit misty as you'd expect with a brand new aquarium, but fish seem to be absolutely loving it so far. No issues at all. No one's kind of like itchy or not eating or anything like that. Everyone's really hungry, so that's looking good. Not even tried to get the shrimp in yet. I put the Sulawesi snails in and the coolie loaches last night as well. So we've got the loaches kicking about. Not seen one of them yet. Probably under all these rocks deep in here. But all the fish are in happily, safely. No issues at all. And it looks really, really good. I'm quite happy with it. So we've got a nice big open area over here for everything to swim in. But then I've got the kind of wooded area with all the woodland and the plants, etc. here. So I'm liking the layout of it so far. It's not how I imagined it to be. It never is though, unfortunately. But I mean, that's the kind of beauty of it, I guess, right? Is that you can do pretty much anything, and it's usually going to look pretty good if you put a bit of effort into it. So happy with that. Going to give these ones at the front a quick cut pretty soon because I want them to like crawl all the way across. We'll see how that goes. And then I will put the shrimp in I'll probably give it a week, to be honest with you. I want there to be a good layer of bacteria everywhere basically for the shrimp to eat because there's loads of shrimp. So I want it to be a little while yet before I put them in. They're quite happy in this other tank that I've got here, which you'll see now. There's some baby Sulawesis, quite a few of them. Some onion snails, I think they're called. Ram's horn snails, pink ones in there, and a billion shrimp. Hard to see because there's a layer of scum on the top, which the snails are making light work of. But there is 1,000,001 shrimp in here, just every single little red line. It's great to see. I've got a blue. Oh, can you see a blue one there on top of the? Right in the glare, isn't it? Right on top of the glare, basically. Yeah, on the end of that green leaf, right in the centre. Is this in focus? I hope this is in focus. But there's a blue one moving about, it's quite nice. A few red ones. The fish, oh my goodness, the fish are so hard to see. They're even smaller than the snails, I've realised. So I got a little chili rasboras on this one. That was like 7, but I cannot see a single one of them, especially with how like crowded it is just now. There's a lot of stuff going on in here. So again, keep them in there for a week or so, let the smaller ones get a little bit bigger, and then just take like 10 out, maybe 10, 20 out. There must be at least 50 or 60 in here, minimum, probably way more than that. But I'll probably put about 10 cherry shrimp into this tank and then just let them do their thing, and in 6 months time I'll have 50 again. Who loves a bit of inbreeding? These are the 2 Bozeman rainbow fish that I got probably about
8 months ago, I think now, from Fish Keeper Scotland. Absolutely love them. They just came as a pair. It's a male and a female. And then I also got those 3 blue rainbow fish that are much smaller above them. They're obviously much younger as well. I think the Bozemannies must be about a year plus old, but I've seen them actually be about nearly £1/4 once. I saw one that was absolutely huge. It must have been about 8 to 9 inches long. It was massive, but hopefully these guys get to that size one day. Now, do I fill this tank up with more rainbows or should I get pufferfish? Please let me know in the comments. So this is a Sulawesi snail. I only bought 2 of them and now I've got like 20 of them, but they're from Sulawesi, which is in Indonesia. They're like freshwater, which are really cool, and they supposedly live in some really weird water parameters with a really high pH, but yeah, they're pretty cool to look at. And then these 2 wee buggers, these are my African butterfly cichlids. Again, came as a pair, and the female did lay eggs, and then I think the other snails, the other fish, ate all the eggs, I think, because they just disappeared one day. So I'm assuming they either broke out as fry and then got eaten, but since then the males always had a vengeance against the female. So if anyone knows what they're talking about watching this, please advise me when you see the behaviour of these cichlids. Like, should I get more to add them? Should I separate them? Are they fine and just deal with it? Or like, what's the script here? This is a German blue ram that I got, and then above it is my koi betta fish. The blue ram is just on his own, he is a male. I had a female, and again she unfortunately died, which is really bad. The German blue ram's now away out of sight, but the koi betta you can see at the back of the tank there, he's absolutely lovely, just does his own thing. We've named him Som Choi, which is a Thai name for warrior. It's quite a funny name, I've been told, but yeah, he's something else. What I've noticed with these betta fish is they've actually all got their personalities, just like a dog would have a personality. Like some of them are really chilled, some of them are really like aggressive, so it just depends which one you get. It's kind of your luck of the draw, but yeah, they're really interesting to watch.